my stuff, see what I have, see what I need. And I thought it would be fun to make an ASMR video out of it. Uh, Now, I am by no means a expert fisherman, um, so forgive me if I make any uh, what'd you call it? Like if I have any, like I'm lacking information basically on things because I've I have learned fishing gets pretty complex when you look at it beyond just throwing a worm out there. Um, so uh, I have right now in front of me my fishing backpack right here. Is a samurai tactical fish. Let's see if you can see it here. That I got for a gift one year. And it's kind of become, like, I have a tackle box too, but this has basically become my tackle box. Because as you'll see when I open it up, it's super. You can see my hand off on the side here. I'm in a weird. I'm trying to record like on my bed basically, until I figure out like a better recording solution because I have more space here. So I'm kind of like, you have to bear with me. Like the camera's gonna be a little weird, but figuring it out as we go. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, as I was saying, this is gonna become like my new tackle box because I'll show you if I open up the front here. Try not to do this too loud. Here, you know what? Probably be easier if I move my rods out of the way. Well, I put them here to kind of show them off, just so people see what I have. So let me show these off first, just to give you an idea. I have let's see if you can see it here, a Fenwick Eagle. I think it's a fast action rod. Like all one piece, doesn't split apart. I have a Daiwa Exceller, 2500 size reel, with some braided line on it. I'm gonna be honest, I forget what test this is, but it's nothing too heavy. I like braided line because it's not as easy to snap. I actually tried putting on like a lead of like what is it? Like the mono something. I don't know why I can't remember it right now. Like that. There's like a certain type of fishing line that's supposed to be like really like blends in with the water, almost invisible. But I tied it badly and it kind of like turned into a mess. So right now I just have this braided line. Yeah. And then, so with that one on the way, I also have a ugly stick fishing rod. It's upside down, whatever. And a Shimano Nexave, also 2500 size reel. I got this ugly stick a long time ago, like as a kid, for a birthday present. And right now I have a perch rig on it, I think. I do not remember what action. This was before I even knew about like rod action and all that. I still don't know that much about it. Like rod action has to do with like where, and like, I think it's how sensitive like when a rod bends. And different action is useful for like the type of fishing you're doing and the like fish you're targeting, basically. Yeah, Ugly Stick is a brand my always used. So I decided at one point I wanted an ugly stick. And my dad took me and got me one for, I think it was my birthday, yeah. I've had it for a while. Because the pole I had before that actually broken. I forget what even broke on it. Something with the like wouldn't like something inside the rod. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, um, so with that off to the side, we can actually see into my fishing backpack a little bit. And yeah, this is why I like it. It's because I've got all of these plastic tackle containers in here. Pull one out. I don't know what I have in it, honestly. Do some. Tapping on that. I think, what is this? Like ball. Should be fine there. Hold this up to the camera. I've got some. Oh, that's just a random assortment of lures nearly. I think I got a crankbait. A couple of spoons. And some other stuff I don't really even remember. They are. I'm just going to like a little, kind of like where a boat launch is. On a lake. To try to fish just right off the shore. I do a lot of shore fishing. Because I do not have a boat myself. You know, that's how I kind of grew up fishing anyway. So I don't mind it. I've got, what else? Already I can tell this video is going to be a little, bit of a chaotic one. And this one I've got, I think another random assortment of, like, lures. And, some sinkers. And some other random junk. You can kind of see there, maybe if the light catches her, I've got a bunch of hooks. And, there's actually, I don't know if you can kind of see, in that top right corner there, there's a bunch of sponges. I have not used sponges to fish, but I know people have used them as, like, a bait, basically. I want to say for carp, but I'm not. I don't know, carp eat like anything. Well, okay, that's not exactly true. But they eat like a lot of, like, they're bottom feeders, right? I've never really carp fished, so I don't even know why I'm getting into it, because I'm not like an expert. I've got, I think this one's mostly empty. I've got some hooks in here. I've got some hooks in here. And I think there's sinkers that you can kind of hear rolling around. Yeah. This might have been, I want to say, I bought this one like recently actually. And then I've got of see here. Like, you gotta use it to like measure your fish and stuff. Which honestly, I kind of forgot I did use that. Let's see, I think I got this. I've got a couple of stickers in here. I think this came with. What did this come with? I think when I got this fishing backpack, I also got gifted like one of those boxes full of like tackle and stuff. Like kind of like a mystery tackle thing. I think that's what that is. And then I also have some, you can kind of see. I've also got this stringer in there, which you use to, like say you catch a fish and you want to hang on to it and keep it like in the water. You can take this little metal thing, like the end here, and you kind of go through the fish's mouth and like out its gill, and stick it like into the ground so a fish doesn't swim off. I've never used it because I'm a catch and release kind of guy. Because honestly, like I've thought about doing like catching my own fish to like eat. I'm kind of soft, and I would have a hard time killing a fish. Just how I am. Nothing against anyone who does, of course. For like cooking purposes. But I've had a couple friends use them for stuff that I'm like, let them out to fish. So yeah, I got all these in here. What else? You guys see on the backpack itself? Oh, this might be wrong. There's like all sorts of slots for like anything really like water, knives. You can use like there's these little, where is it? Kind of hard to see, I think. Like there's these little somewhere back here. I don't know if you can make it out here on the very bottom. You can kind of see like right there. There's these little holders you can stick your rods into and carry them like on your back with your backpack. Well, assuming your rod folds up, you kind of tell if it doesn't. Yeah, pretty handy, I'd say. Honestly, this video is kind of just gonna be turning into like, what do I have in my tackle box or my backpack? Which is fine, I think. What else I got in here? I have some. See some sinkers here. I am usually I grew up bottom fishing, so like my dad was a big fan of crappie rigs, like when we were shore fishing, even if we weren't catching crappie. He taught me, well, okay, outside of like a bobber and a worm, right? Like when I kind of grew up a little more, you take your line, you tie on a crappie rig, which is essentially like, I'd probably ask you to Google it because I don't think I have one on me. But it has two hooks on it, right? One at each like a different height. So you can put like two worms on there, right? And at the very bottom you put these sinkers. So it stays like stuck to the bottom. And the hooks above it float there with the bait. I've got a lot of fish and crappie rigs, so I'm a fan of them too. And if you get really lucky, you can catch two fish at once, which has actually happened to me a couple times. It's always fun. I think this is just garbage. Yeah, just some garbage that I threw in my backpack when I was out fishing. reasons. One, if a fish is like, unfortunately they'll swallow hooks sometimes, right? And the hook get kind of caught in them. This kind of lets you get in there and get the hook out without having to shove your fist in a fish's mouth, assuming the fish is even. You can get it in there. I'm thinking like largemouth bass, but a lot of fish it's kind of hard to really maneuver hook out sometimes. So this lets you really grab onto it, and especially if a fish has teeth. Better. Very useful tool for fishing. I also have. There might be a lot of weird cuts, by the way, because I'm kind of doing this all kind of on a whim, as usual. So sorry about that in advance. But this is a fishing knife I got from my dad, and I'm pretty sure it belonged to like my grandpa too. It smells. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, if I've used it, I mean, when I had before I had those scissors to like cut line and whatever else. Like I think I would even use it to like cut worms in half. It's gotta be cleaned actually. But you press the back here and then you can fold the knife in. Let me do it like this. Yeah, the old handy fishing knife. I'm a very sentimental kind of guy, so having stuff like that just kind of like it enhances the experience. What else I got in here? This pocket is actually empty. I figured out. You're gonna see in there. Up top in the big pocket. Let's see what I got. I got these banger lizards. I think this was in that mystery tackle box. Flavored with, oh, here, let's see. Can you read that? I'm looking at my camera right now. It's flavored with salt, apparently. It has superior kicking action. I have not tried to use these yet. I'm not gonna lie, this fishing backpack kind of smells from the last time I went fishing with it. It's got that like outside musk. Just some hooks. I've got a leader, which is useful for fish that have teeth, so they don't bite through your line. I've got a big crankbait. I see here that I haven't used yet. I believe this was also in the mystery tackle thing. A lot of this stuff is going to be some Lunker City soft plastics. I think this one actually, I was shopping for tackle, and I don't know if this is a common experience, but I've noticed people love to talk about like their fishing recommendations, which is great. But like, there's been so many times where I'll be out, like, hey, someone will be like, hey, try this out. I'm like, okay, sure. I know this is one of those things. Yeah. I've got these. More. It's just gonna be a bunch of soft plastics, I think. These net bait. I don't even know what these are. They look like kind of like crayfish, crawfish, American made. Interesting. These Strike King perfect plastics with the coffee scent and salt, apparently. I think I tried to use a lot of these. You can see there's a lot missing from the package. That's partly because I think I was using these to practice setting up rigs with jig heads. And yeah, I think I used a couple too, but I don't even know what happened to them all. Probably lost. You gotta have some fishing gloves. Which I think these are just a pair of like garden gloves that I grabbed. Swivels, which I've kind of. Oh, what was that? Swivels. I've kind of moved away from using a bit as I actually learned how to tie fishing knots. But pretty useful for like, I don't know, like when you're not too worried about it, right? Just easy to like quickly swap around stuff on swivels. What is this? I got another leader here. I think I saw this like on sale or something and grabbed a couple. Like pre-set up little lures. Yeah, I haven't used them yet. Honestly, I haven't gone fishing that much. I've always been like into it as like a hobby, but I started going a bit last year, and kind of off topic, like not to get into it, like something happened. Long story short, and I kind of got away from fishing for a bit. But now that time has passed, I kind of want to get out and try to do it again. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm trying to go through all this now to figure it out. These are another one someone recommended me at a store. Gary Yamamoto custom beats. 5-inch cycles. I tried to use a couple of these to hook up rigs and I kind of sucked at it. I think the hook sizes I had weren't necessarily the right ones. See a bunch of these as well. I think these were. Let's see. Mr. Twister. Man, fishing stuff gets kind of crazy. Little soft plastics. It tells you on the back here types of rigging you can do. Gotta make that out there. It's kind of nice. I think my friend was recommending me a drop shot rig to do when I go fishing. So I'll probably try that. I've got these power baits for drop shots, I guess, according to that. Let's see. Like must have a loose rig in there. A little spinner. Let's see. Right in the back. Rainbow trout themed, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. You kind of see the coloring there. We've got, man, there's a lot of junk I have thrown in here actually. These power baits are, let's see, kind of the same thing for stuff in this wide gap. I think I got all these ones are like, some guy was like, hey, try these out. I'm like, okay. This is just an empty, what was this? A spinner bait. I like spinner baits because I've actually caught a decent amount of bass on them. Actually, the spot I'm going to, I caught a pretty good bass with a spinner bait. So I better beat that. I already took these out. These are Gary Yamamoto. Some junk I gotta get rid of. Some more hooks. Oh, here we go. This, well, it's not called that on here. I didn't think I had one of these. This is what I was talking about earlier, the crappie rigs. This is called a metal arm rig on here. But you can kind of see that picture, it gives you an idea. If it'll focus here. Let's see. I'm in the top right there. basically there's a hook up here and a hook down here, and then the sinker's at the bottom. I got a loose spoon in here. It's not good. Okay, we're not gonna mess with that right now because I don't want to hook myself. Got a little fishing belly here, which the idea for bottom fishing really, say you throw your rod out there, or you throw your rig out there rather, and then you won't maybe want to get a second rod going, or you want to get up and do something else. You throw this bell on it. You make sure your line's tight, and then if you get a bite, you know, it'll pull down and ring the bell. Probably way too loud. See, got some more hooks. Some more hooks. Another crappie. Actually, I didn't know I had to get these in here. This is kind of nice. I've got another just like little soft plastic setup. Some swivels. That might be it. I think I got a couple more like hooks and stuff in here. But yeah. That's all my junk. My fishing junk. Kind of like a weird chaotic video here. I intended to kind of like go through it more detailed, but that might take forever. I've realized. And with my setup right now, and it's kind of late. Okay, in the middle of recording this, I ran out of space on my drive, which was unfortunate, but I cleared some stuff out. Anyway, I kind of forgot where I was at, but I think I was just saying, man, it kind of smells in here from this fishing bag, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, yeah, so I've gone through most of my stuff here kind of haphazardly. My videos, I've noticed, are a little, despite, you know, being ASMR, a little chaotic, I guess. I kind of get a little scatterbrained with this sometimes. But yeah. I guess that is that. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going a couple of days. I don't know if I'm going with anyone. I'm probably just going on my own. I don't know, maybe if my sister and her boyfriend want to go, they might work or something. I'm not sure. I'll probably go later in the day, but I don't know what they got going on. Anyway, I digress. I hope you enjoyed taking a little peek at my fishing stuff. I'll probably take tomorrow and just like really kind of sort through it on my own. Talk to my fishing friend about it. He actually wants me to show him what I have, so I'll probably do that in a second. Again, yeah, a little kind of an impromptu video. I've been kind of busy with work, like doing overtime and just other things in life. Kind of kept me away from ASMR for a bit, so I wanted to get this recorded and out, so at least I have something. I'm gonna try to get out another video this week too. Anyway, yeah.